Hello students, welcome to the 43rd class in linear algebra. In this video lecture, I will be discussing what is 1-1 transformation, what is onto transformation, bijective transformation, non-singular transformation, singular transformation, and then we'll consider few theorems so as to relate these concepts. So let us begin our lecture from, so that is a 1-1 transformation. So for this, I will be considering a transformation, that is a linear transformation T, which is defined from a vector space V to W over the field F, right? So this is any linear transformation. Then when can I say that this linear transformation is 1-1? So the simple definition, 1-1 or injective, they are one and the same thing, fine. So it is said to be injective if and only if, so the result is if and only if for all xy coming from the vector space V, right? If I say t of x equals to t of y, so this should imply that x equals to y. So that is, if two images are equal, so it means the elements have to be equal. So that is the definition of 1-1 transformation. So moving on to the next definition, that is an onto transformation or surjective transformation. Again, T is any linear transformation which is defined from a vector space V to the vector space W over some field F, right? Then when can I say this T is onto or surjective, right? So T is said to be onto if and only if for every, so that is, now you have to consider every element from W, that is for every, that is for each W coming from capital W, there must exist a pre-image, that is there must exist a small v in capital V such that this W is nothing but the, that is a T of V. So that is the definition, of onto. You have to check that if you are considering any arbitrary element from W, it should have a pre-image in V, right? Or or how can I say that if W it comes out to be equal to the range of T, and we know that how to calculate the range of T. We have already discussed this in the previous video lectures, also rank nullity theorem, and also you can revise those concepts, right? So this thing means, so whenever we have to check the onto of a linear transformation, can I say just do one thing, check whether the range is equals to the codomain. So if you are able to check this thing, you can comment on the onto-ness of a linear transformation. Moving on to the third one, that is a bijective. When can I say a map or a linear transformation is a bijective, right? So again, T is any linear transformation which is defined from V to W over some field F. So this T is said to be bijective. So the two things must hold simultaneously if and only if it is both 1-1 and onto. So that is the definition of a bijective linear transformation. Moving on to the fourth definition, that is one of the most important definition for the day, that is a non-singular transformation. So the non-singular linear transformation is, that is, now again I will consider a linear transformation, right? Consider a linear transformation that is a T which is defined from V to W, right, over some field F, right? T will be non-singular if T of V is 0, and this implies that V is 0 for all V coming from capital V, right? So in that scenario, I will say that the transformation is a non-singular transformation. See, now I am saying if I consider T of V is 0, and it implies that only V comes out to be 0, that is definitely V should be 0, not for others, right? That is, or if V is non-zero, so this implies T of V will be definitely non-zero for all V. That is, only 0 will go to 0. Fine, only 0 gets mapped to 0. From this thing, can I say one more thing? Can I say that the null space contains only 0 space? That is, a null space is nothing but the 0 space. That is, it contains only the 0 element, right? That is a kernel. Is only the 0. Fine, from here I can say this thing. Fine. So what is a non-singular transformation? Non-singular transformation says that if T is a transformation from V to W, this T will be non-singular if you consider T of V 0, this implies that V should be 0, and this must hold for every V, right? And another way is you can check that whether the kernel comes out to be 0. If kernel is 0, then you will definitely say that the transformation is a non-singular transformation. And the final one, the last one, that is a singular transformation. So for singular transformation, again the same story, that T is a linear transformation from V to W over a field F, right, over a field F, and similarly for this one also. Then when can I say T is a singular? If you consider any non-zero V now, and this implies that T of V comes out to be 0. That is for some V, for some V coming from capital V. So if this thing holds, then I will say that the linear transformation is nothing but a singular linear transformation, right? That is, then can I say that the null space contains at least one non-zero element? Yes, fine, because you are considering any non-zero vector V and it is getting mapped to 0. So the remark is it is singular if and only if, so we can say that is singular if and only if. So this is a very strong point, right? That is, if and only if, that is the null space of T contains at least one non-zero vector. Fine with this? So that is another way you can check that a linear transformation is a singular, right? And similarly for the non-singular also you can check the kernel, right? So now let me take few theorems. So the theorem is prove that a linear transformation, so I will write linear transformation for by LT, that is a T is a transformation which is defined from V to W, is non-singular. Now you already know what is the definition of a non-singular. So if and only if T is 1 1, right? So this is a theorem, and again a very strong result because it is if and only if, so it need to be proved in both the ways. So in the first part, let me assume that T is non-singular. So if I assume that T is non-singular, now what I need to prove? I need to prove that T is 1 1, right? T is 1 1. And for 1 1, just go back to the definition. How do we, say that a linear transformation is 1 1? What you have to do, you have to take two different images and then you have to imply that the elements are also equal. So the same strategy I will be using. So let T of V1 is equal to T of V2, right? For V1 V2 coming from capital V, right? So the two images I have taken to be equal, right? Now can I say that this implies T of V1 minus T of V2 is equals to 0? But yes, T is a linear transformation. T is a linear transformation, so just apply the property of linear transformation. You can say that this can be written as T of V1 minus V2 is a 0. But what is T? T is non-singular. And what is the definition of non-singular? That only 0 goes to 0. So this implies that V1 minus V2 has to be 0. And can I say from here that V1 is equal to V2? So you considered the two different images are equal, and finally what did you prove? That the elements are also equal. So can I say from here that T is 1 1? Conversely, so as I have said that the result is a very strong result, so it need to be proved in both the ways. So conversely, let T be 1 1. Now what you have to prove? You have to prove that the map, that is T, which is defined from V to W, is non-singular. So that is what you have to prove now. So you can use this fact that T is 1 1, right? And how do we prove a map to be non-singular? So just students, you have to consider the definition at every stage in linear algebra. So in case of non-singular, what you have to do? You have to consider if T of V is 0, then you have to imply that V has to be 0, right? So the same strategy I will be using up here. So let V be any arbitrary vector that is coming from capital V such that T of V is 0, right? Now because T is a linear transformation, and in my previous videos we have proved that T of 0 is nothing but 0, right? If you are not comfortable with this fact, you can watch the previous videos, right? So can I replace 0 with T of 0? So T of V is equals to T of 0, but T is 1 1. So if two images are equal, so it implies the elements have to be equal. So V is 0. Thus, what I considered, thus if T of V is 0, we implied that V is equals to 0 for V coming from capital V. Can I say that is nothing but the definition of a non-singular? So thus T is non-singular. So we proved the result in both the ways. Again, a very strong result. That is, if you want to check that whether a linear transformation is 1 1, just check it out that whether it is non-singular or not, right? And let me to add a remark here. T is 1 1 if and only if T is non-singular, right? And T is non-singular if and only if the kernel is 0. So from today, when I say that, just go back and check whether the transformation is 1 1. So you can just see that the kernel has to be 0. If the kernel is 0, then definitely T is 1 1, right? Again, a very strong result, right? So that can be considered as a corollary for the above theorem. The next theorem will teach us how can we comment on the onto-ness also. Till now we have considered how to comment on the one-one-ness. So if V and W are finite dimensional vector spaces such that the dimension of V is equal to the dimension of W. So we have considered two finite dimensional vector spaces and their dimensions are equal. So what I have to prove that a linear transformation T, which is defined from V to W, is 1 1 if and only if T is onto. So again, a very strong result. Why it is a strong result? It says that if you have a linear transformation T which is defined from V to W such that their dimensions are equal, mind it, their dimensions are equal, then if you proved that T is 1 1, then it is if and only if T is onto. So you just need to check the 1 1-ness. If you are able to check that this function is 1 1 or not, you can comment on the onto-ness, right? So that can be used as a tool in solving the equations. Fine. But nevertheless, let us see to the proof of this theorem. So the proof goes like, so T is 1 1 if and only if T is non-singular. So that is from the previous theorem. So this is, it is non-singular if and only if the null space, that is contain only the 0 vector, right? That is, can I say the nullity is 0 if and only if nullity is 0? By the rank nullity theorem, can I say the rank of, so this is of T, so can I say that the rank of T plus nullity of T, that is 0, is equal to the dimension of V? So that is by the definition of a rank nullity theorem. That is if and only if rank of T is equal to the dimension of V, but dimension of V is equal to the dimension of W, right? Just see, T was a linear transformation from V to W, and what you are saying that the rank of this T is coming out to be equal to the dimension of W, right? Can I say from here this is a onto map because the range is equal to the codomain, so T is onto, and hence the result. Fine. So a very strong result which is working in both the ways. A very strong result which says that if we have a finite dimensional vector spaces, right, which are working from V to W, and if you proved that this T is 1 1, then definitely it will be onto. So that's why it is a very strong result, right? So few more theorems I will be taking up in the next video lecture. As of now, you should revise all these concepts, and in case if you face any difficulty, you can mention your doubts in the comment section. I hope you have enjoyed this video session. Thank you so much, students. Thank you.